So the CDC came out yesterday and said that vaccinated people should start wearing masks now. And there's a lot, listen, I follow a lot of people on Twitter and a lot of people who are anti-vax or leaning in the anti-vax direction. They basically were doing a victory lap over this and acting like, well, this is proof that the vaccines don't work. And you'd be surprised at how many people believe that and were arguing that. It was kind of astounding. Now, I do think that the CDC has done, and the FDA, and just the government and the health officials have done a terrible job because they always flip-flop and reverse course. And now you could say, oh, they're evolving with the science. But oftentimes, no, they make decisions that weren't based on the science and pretend like it's based on the science. So I don't think they've done a great job. And I don't think they did a great job explaining what's going on now as to why people need to wear masks even if they're vaccinated. But that's why I wanted to talk about this, because I wanted to explain what is really going on based on my reading of the situation. So it's actually very simple. The reason why vaccinated people should be wearing masks now is because you have the ability to spread the virus to others. And that's what we're learning, is that that's happening more than they originally thought. And it's probably because of this new variant that it's happening more than people thought. Now, does that mean vaccines don't work? No, because, and I'll bring up the stats on this, 99.2% of COVID deaths in the U.S. are from unvaccinated people. So it's still almost only unvaccinated people who are dying from the virus. Vaccinated people are not dying in large numbers from the virus. So let me give you some context to that. Now we're at the point where 163 million Americans are vaccinated, right? That's a lot of people. That's half the country, basically. Fully vaccinated, I should say. You know how many people have died out of the 163 million? So how many people have gotten the vaccine and then died? 4,100 people. And by the way, the details are actually are more interesting than that. The total number of individuals who died after contracting COVID-19 despite vaccination is 750. So in other words, only 750 out of the 4,115 people actually died from COVID after getting vaccinated from COVID. And by the way, they're people who are really old. So the data that we have up to this point, to be fair, June 25th was when this data came from. 750 people who have been vaccinated out of 163 million have died from COVID. So the likelihood after you get the vaccine of dying from COVID is just astronomically tiny, but it goes even further. Even getting severe illness is unlikely to happen. So that's the point that people are sort of glossing over. They think that, oh, since vaccinated people can spread the virus, that means that these vaccinated people are sick. And that's actually not the case. Vaccinated people who are spreading the virus are asymptomatic, so they have no symptoms, or they have super mild symptoms, where it's just like a cold. So, and I don't think the CDC stressed that point enough, because now people are taking the fact that vaccinated people should wear masks, and they're assuming that means that they're saying the vaccines don't work and you're going to get really sick, maybe get severely ill or be hospitalized or die, even if you get the vaccine. And that the number of people who have gotten fully vaccinated and then died from COVID, it's so tiny. So the vaccines still work. It's just now we know that you can be fully vaccinated and asymptomatic or have very minor symptoms and spread it to others. Probably because of the new variant makes that the case. So anyway, that's the reality of the situation. I wanted to get that out there because I'm amazed at how many people are just sort of misinterpreting it and running with it to suit a narrative, to suit an anti-vaccine narrative. So anyway, go get the fucking shot. The more people that get the shot, the fewer people are going to die, the fewer people are going to be hospitalized. That is a fact.